Hello there and welcome, it's Fiona from Weekly Sewing Bee. Now today I am sewing a messenger bag. Now these are great, they're just little handbags, but they have a strap that's long enough to go around your body and they are one on each side. So what it does is when it's on, you can put it under your coat and it'll lie flat. So, no, you can't really see that, but it does. So messenger bags, big yay up. We're going to make it out of the UPVC covered cotton thing because it is a problem. I've sewn with it several times before and I've found that the cheaper stuff is a bit less sticky, but this is 100% sticky, honestly. When you see me, you go, oh yes, we just need to line these two up. Okay, I will have another go. And yeah, so it is tricky. So we're going to do it today. Now what I have here is I have my main body square, I have my long strap to go around my body, and then I have two straps that are literally just to support the top for where the handle goes in, so that we've got a nice clean edge. Okay, where to start? Well, let's start on the easy bits first. I always believe that when you're doing anything, unless you're following a pattern and you follow their instructions, do the bits and then sew them all together. So, the main body, got to layer it together, and then all I'm doing is sewing around the outside. Now because I'm sewing the canvas side on both sides, it's not too much of a problem, and it's a matter of going around a square. I'm going to sort of mitre my corners, and I'm going to do this by leaving the needle down, lifting the foot and then turning it, rather than sort of trying to do a sharp corner. Now when I get to the end, I'm going to leave myself a little bit of a hem allowance so that I can turn it over. Now I'm not lining this bag, and I must admit, I'm tempted to say, well, I'll come back and I'll do another one lined that's on a bit easier fabric. Because this is important, this is enough to worry about. So that's it, I'm just doing a square, that's fine, and leaving the top open. So that's done. And of course, just so that I can sew on that top bit, I'm leaving that open. So I've got my long strap here. Now, okay, we can't iron this, can we? Because, well, we could, but it might be a bit messy. So, but if I just go like that, you can see that I've got enough of a working fold so that I can use it. And now I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take it into the fold and I'm going to crease again, take it into the fold and crease again. Now all I'm doing is the top couple of inches, and that will be enough to get it in the sewing machine. Now, as I said before, this is very sticky UPVC. Now, there's lots of things you can try. You can put it in the freezer, cut your bits, put it in a bag, put it in the freezer, and then that will make it less sticky. Because it's quite a warm day today. Ooh, I can't even handle a bit of paper. Now, the other way to do it, if it is, you know, there's no two ways about it. It's hot. We can wait till winter and open the window or something. But yeah, today it's hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I've got enough at the far end to pull through. So pull is the wrong word, so I've got something to hold on to. Now, if you have tissue paper, then that's great. You can sew over the tissue paper. Now what I'm doing is literally sewing over the tissue paper, but I'm using just normal paper. Now I can kind of feel it, I can't see it, so it does make it a bit harder, and I really ought to get you a scrap so I can show you how bad it would be otherwise. So that's what I'm doing, making sure I've got something to hold on to. Also that the feet on the sewing machine, these bits, have got something to sew. So that's how I'm going to do it. And this, if we're very clever, we can literally pull off like perforation. So it's quite rewarding, quite rewarding. And then, there we go. So not too hard. not ideal, but not too hard. So I've got a spare bit here. This is sticky side, right side up, and so yeah, any other fabric, I push the go button and it will slowly come to the end. So it is moving the back, but it's not moving the front. So it just can't do that. And if I wanted to sew, yeah, see, I'd be having a bit of a nightmare. So paper trick works, freezer tricks does work, sort of, and even a bit of baby oil on your feet works. Okay, all I've got to do now is I've got to sew the rest of this handle. So I'm going to pause the camera because I'm not doing anything new, and I'll be back. So welcome back. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I have my strap, I have my end of my strap and my strappy bit of fabric. Now you need it quite far from the end because obviously you've got your hem allowance there and you need it sort of a good inch away. So wrong side down and right side up, and I am sewing a good few stitches. And what I'm going to do is just whiz that round and then whiz that round. Oh no, I could have used paper, but I didn't. Anyway, there we go. Now I need to work out if that one goes that way, this one has got to go that way. I know. So let's get this the right way up and then put that there. Yeah, it's a bit fingers crossed, I'm afraid. But at least we know that they're opposites, even if they're both wrong. Yeah, because I think they're actually both wrong. But this is what we need to do. So we've got one at this end, one at that end. Lovely. That's done. That's done. That's on there securely. It's going to have another row of stitches anyway. I've got my main body here, and what I'm going to do is unstick it and turn it the right way around. Yeah? Okay. That's easy enough, isn't it? It's all easy enough. Now, I don't need to worry about the corners just yet because I've got to turn it back the other way in a minute. So let's grab one of these. I need right side to right side. So that the handle pops out in between the two. I've got it going downwards, yeah? So we've got the main body of the bag right side out, the flap, the supporting flap right side down, and then I've folded the handle over the top. I'm going to line this up and I'm going to sew this together. So obviously I'm going to make use of this hem allowance here, and I'm going to give myself some hem allowance as well because I've cut that into part of it, and then I'm going to sew straight along the top, and we're sewing on the canvas side again, so it's going to be fine. Now I do have to make sure that I've got my handle straight, and I am going to have to sew over this plastic bit, but we'll just keep an eye on it. That's fine. So only one handle, and then line this up and then sew to the end. Even going to chuck in a reverse stitch there, quite generous really. So the handle was on that side. What I'm going to do is swing it over and make sure that the handle is on that side. And again, I'm going to make it go downwards and then pop out. So let's put it so you can see it. So I've got the handle there, and if I take it around the bottom it might be easier to show. So, and I now need that on the other side. being thick. Without getting a twist in it. So you can go that way. There we go. So as you can see, it sort of loops around without a twist. Okay, now I'm making sure I've got my hem allowance taken into account. Only going to worry about the first couple of inches because the fabric's sticking to each other, and a couple of reverse stitches, just really to keep it nice. And that's the thing, you know, this fold is going to be seamed, so we want it as straight as possible. Just going to jump over my handle. There we go. So, and then this bit's quite simple, just straight to the end. And we should be sewing right side together, and so we should actually be showing on the canvas side, so it makes life a lot easier. Okay, so that's done. What I am going to do is I am now going to turn the bag back inside out. And the natural thing for these flaps to do is to pop up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold, and I'm going to re-sew on that seam. But what I want to see there is 1, 2, 3, 4 bits of fabric. Now, obviously, again, we are now sewing on sticky side, sticky side, sticky side. So we're going to take a quite firm hold at the back, keep it pushed down at the front, and what I can do is fight it every step of the way. And all I need is just a couple of stitches, just so that when the finished bag is done, it kind of keeps those flappy bits down. So again, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, you know, all it would take is 2 bits of paper, and then this would sort itself out. But you know, this is as bad as it gets. This is, you know, it's really nice weather today, and so it's quite hot in here. And in the morning, this room is like a little sun trap. So, okay. Now, other than picking up all my ends, because you know how much I'm in love with that job, all I need to do now is to turn this inside out, and with luck I'll have one strap going one way, one strap going the other way, and those few stitches that I did on the side would be enough just to keep those flaps in. So you can see that they're popping up now, and there we go. So there we are. Cute as buttons, easy to do, even though we chose quite a hard fabric. Little messenger bag, and yeah, suitable for just odd day trips and everything. Well, yeah, but it's strong, don't get me wrong, but yeah, there we are. Okay, so now we have Alright, thank you ever so much for watching. My name's Fiona from Weekly Sewing Bee, and yeah, try and catch me again. Thanks.